Welcome to the Ski and Sugar Show. I'm your boy Ski.
And I'm Sugar.
We got the tea here. That's right, we got the tea. Sometimes it's gonna be sweet, sometimes it's gonna be salty. It all depends what's in the tea. We're gonna discuss an array of topics here, stemming from sports to music, politics, relationships, and many, many more. But our main thing we do here is hot topics. Hot topics is fun topics. But we gonna let our girl Sugar set it off with her hot topic of the day. What we got going on today, Sugar?
Well, as you said, our hot topic and mainly the trending topic of the last week is Katt Williams. But before we get into that, I want to give a disclaimer that everything that's said on this channel is in our opinion and it's alleged. We do not know these people, never met the people. It's just in our opinion, which we have the right to do so. First Amendment, right. Also, subscribe, hit the like button, turn all your notifications on so you won't miss any content. And please follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Now, the first topic, it will be Katt Williams. So, Ski, I'm going to let you hit it off.
Well, what I got to say about Katt lit a few people on fire. But we going to start with Cedric the Entertainer. The brother that don't want to sit here and take his battle wounds like a man. When you steal, you pay the piper. Wasn't you told that as a kid? You steal, you gotta pay for stealing. Now, he want to stand 10 toes down that he wrote something that's trending all over the airwaves showing that you ain't write it. See, that comes from the Orange Man. What you call the Orange Man?
9011358009, because he is not the Orange Man anymore. He is what? A criminal.
You got it? Okay,
Yep.
Back to what I was saying. Now, Seti, you gotta accept, brother. You stepped on some toes, you crossed some lines to get advanced. It happens. Sometimes we dodge bullets to get ahead. It happens, but own it when it's pointed out. So,
Absolutely.
with that, what do you think on the Cedric the Entertainer part before we go any further? Because we know he went crazy on everybody.
Well, my boy Katt Williams, he put them all down, all of them. I mean, he put them on Front Street. Like 2024 is going to be the year of exposure. The lies will be coming out. So Cedric the Entertainer, he did steal a jokes. He stole a jokes, as you said. Again, doing my research as I always do, I came across an article with a lady named Rachel Wilson. Rachel Wilson was an actor on Jackass, a show that used to be on MTV many years ago. And
I remember it.
Yes, and she received the email, and the email was from the email was from Cedric's team, basically asking her to enter into a contest with jokes. So they have a contest going where they want everybody to enter the contest, and then the best one with the joke will win $1,000. But the problem with that is, how many jokes you think he's going to actually get? But only one person is going to get the $1,000. Meanwhile, he's going to have.
But how many jokes do he store? How many jokes do he steal while paying a little $1,000?
All of them. I mean, just imagine his following. So if everybody's not a comedian, of course, but say like a third of those people wrote in and gave a joke, and he kept all the rest of the jokes. He'll be having jokes, for a minute. So The information could actually be located. My source is Comedy Pays. Comedy Pays. That's where you can find this information with Rachel Wilson receiving an email from Cedric's camp. So that's what I have to say about Cedric. He's still stealing jokes.
Okay. I'm not gonna go to Mr. Hart yet because that's too deep. Let's go to Seti's buddy, Mr. Harvey, as my boy Cat call him, Mr. Potato Head. Ha ha!
He do got a potato head. I'm glad he took that wig off though.
Now, where you at with Mr. Harvey?
Well, Mr. Harvey, he tried to send some subliminal messages. I see he tried to talk basically around everything. He didn't outright give a response. He just was saying that he have money and that you could see him every day. You could see him every day, 7 days a week, which he was referring to Family Feud because he had the Family Feud game behind him. So he was trying to be funny, but he didn't say. But he was talking around it. He said he don't respond to things that don't need a response. You could look. You could look at him on TV 7 days a week and get your response.
Okay, but he don't address. Now, something I seen personally was the Halloween joke from Mark Curry. Did you
Okay.
see that?
I
Okay,
didn't see that.
Mark Curry, back when he was doing his stand-up, he similar situation to what took place with the Cedric and Cat situation. Cat made something this year on stage, and Cedric
Oh,
did the same joke the following year.
yes, I know
They,
what you're going to say.
they
Mm-hmm.
showed the same dictated timing with
Uh-huh.
Steve.
Mm-hmm.
You know, only difference is like Mark doing it in a setting of, not a big stage, but because Steve got a big stage, it's like it becomes his joke, you know?
Right. Right.
And
Like he's hijacking it.
exactly. Because he's coming with a bag of money,
Yes.
you know? Now, as these comedians say, people do steal jokes. They all acknowledge that.
Yes.
But the thing is, when you stealing jokes, at least once a person point out what you doing, you can't admit to the person who you stole a joke, my bad, it was just a good joke. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Own
And
that
I
shit.
apologize.
Right. You know, don't sit there with a straight face. I don't know what joke he's talking about. I wrote this joke. You know, that's crazy.
Right.
Now, I'm going to let you finish this up before I hit the next person.
Oh, I was going to say it was also the TV show.
Right.
The TV show that Steve stole from Mark Curry. You remember when Mark
Right.
Curry had the show of being the
Hanging with Mr.
principal and
Cooper.
right, Mr. Cooper, and then Steve stole the show from him. And remember that? So
Absolutely.
he stole his idea in that aspect too. So it's a lot of stealing going on. It's been going on. And it's the same top three that Cat said, do it.
All right.
So
We're going to go. I got a question for you because this is your line.
okay.
What do you think about Cat claiming Ludacris got his claim to fame through Illuminati? I told you, I see
Damn.
that smile. I knew that was you.
I couldn't believe he said it, but you know what? When he said it in the concept he said it in, It was absolutely, yeah. I mean, yeah, I could believe it. And I love Ludacris. Ludacris is like one of my favorite people. Him and Fab. I told you that not too long ago. But when he said it and he put in that concept of how the role went to him, and then how many it's been, he's been in how many bam, bam, bam behind it. He's continuously being in it. It's very well a possibility. It could be true, allegedly.
Now, one thing I noticed about Luda, his response, and everybody else's response. Nobody sit here and say Katt is lying.
Right.
How you sit here and make a rap to respond to him, but you never said he was lying?
Yes.
You
That's
know?
what Ludacris did. He made a rap to a
Right.
cat. Right. He called
But
himself
never said he was lying.
None of them did, though. None of them ever said Katt was lying. Near one of them said he's lying about anything he said. They just trying to give a response to what he said, and they just feeling all the way around. To me, all of them are feeling, because why respond to something you know is true? You just better off not saying anything, because every time they respond, it keep the story in media longer.
Right.
Right? It keep it in rotation, right? Because when they respond, he gonna go, he's doing his interviews and stuff. But I want to know if you heard about, or let's talk about this. Let's talk about Katt Williams hitting Kevin Hart in the head by taking his ex-wife and making her the headliner on his tour.
I knew you was going there.
On his tour. She's going to be the headliner. What Katt said, I don't put no comedians on that are not funnier than me. Didn't he say that? So slapping Kevin Hart in the face like you're not even funny. But your ex-wife is, and she's going to be my headliner.
See, now, when you talk about some playing checkers and others playing chess,
absolutely. Absolutely.
You know? And it's been long said that when Kevin first came out, his wife and his best friend JT was writing his material.
They was.
You know,
Tory was writing most of his jokes. His wife was writing most of them. But JT, the one he tried to put in jail for 20 years.
Yeah,
his best friend, that he was writing them too. And that's why after they broke up, him and Tory, he fell flat. He wasn't as funny as he was. You know what I'm saying? Because she was doing a lot of that work. So she was like putting herself on the back burner and letting him come up. And then once he came up, look what he did to her. So I'm glad that this is happening for her. I think she deserves everything she's gonna get, from it. She's a comedian. That's what she's been. She just haven't been able to put it on a stage, like she's gonna be able to on this tour. So,
well,
and that tour is called Dark Meadow Tour, the Dark Meadow Tour. That's the name of it.
Right. And if I'm not mistaken, that should be coming up in May.
Well, it's going to be in a lot of cities, so I don't know what city's going to be getting it when they're going to be getting it.
Right. Okay. Now,
I think I heard somebody say today in New York that they should have got a ticket before all of this started, because the ticket was like only around 100. But they said now, if they go back and look at it, I just heard this today. They said they know it's skyrocketed by
absolutely.
Dude was like, I probably ain't gonna be able to go to that.
If excuse me, if Katt don't know how to do nothing else, Katt know how to hustle.
Oh, definitely.
That's one thing that brother know how to do is hustle.
He left when he was 13. When you leave that young, they could put you in the middle of the street and you could kind of figure it out. You know what I'm saying? So,
because the game don't change. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Just the
Only the
participant.
people do. Only the people
That's
do.
it. That's it.
Game stays the same. Only the people change. So yeah, and so that part, that, and then Kevin Hart, somebody caught him coming outside of his hotel, and they asked him about, hey, what do you think? Cat Williams is taking your ex-wife on tour with him. What do you think? And he hurried up and he was like, oh, I hope the whole tour is a success. And he burning up inside. He is burning up inside.
I
But
mean, that's common sense. See, burning up, but
mm-hmm.
at the same token, do you think the show is gonna be a great show?
Absolutely. Cat Williams sells out of all of his shows. He's not lying when he said he sell out arenas. So he's not lying about that. Or you got to, these things that he's saying about his own self, is Google it. That's what that Google is for. All you got to do is
Absolutely.
Google it. The information is there, So the man said that he had 14 comedy specials, right, on Netflix. Well,
Together,
I don't know if they all on
combination.
Netflix, but he got
Nah, it's a
14
combination. HBO and Netflix.
HBO and Netflix, 14 comedy right specials. He said he's done hundreds tours,
Yes.
right, in 19 cities. He's did 19 cities, 100 tours. That's what he said. So in comparison to, he wanted to compare it to Cedric. He said Cedric got 4 stand-up comedy tours that were on Tubi and Netflix, and you can't find either one of them because they don't even show them on there. Like, you can't even find them; they non-existent.
Now,
So,
one thing that I've come to notice. Now, if you recall, Kevin went through a little dependency on alcohol and things of that nature. And it's amazing that certain people go through their depression stages
mm-hmm.
and it's not in the media, it's not talked about.
Right,
But if if Kev if excuse me, if Cat if he jaywalk, that's on the news.
yes,
You know, certain
that's
people when they go against, you know, the higher being.
the powers that be.
I just didn't want to say that. You said it.
I
Um,
said it. The powers that be, because it's
you
real.
know,
It's my
it's
opinion. My first opinion right is to express my opinion. That's why I live in the
absolutely,
United States of
absolutely,
America.
and that's what this show is about. Our opinion, you know. Um, it's just certain people can't speak about certain people or certain things about people unless they're going to come for your dollar. You
Because
know,
they already against you, because you haven't followed their footsteps. You're not in line with them. You're not getting in line the way they feel like you should have got in line. And that's the problem. Yeah, you're right. Anything that Cat did, we already saw it happen, where they plaster him across the media if he do anything. We seen it already. So where we know other people are doing things that are comedians, and we don't see that. You right? So what I'm
absolutely.
saying is, it have to be a reason why. Why is that happening? Why is it that this man is getting plastered, but other people are not? And I feel, in my opinion, it's because he won't fall in line, and he's just an independent thinker, which are the people I love. And he's not a follower, he's a leader. So he felt like, I like money, but I'm not gonna make the money make me. So I'd rather take less money for now and play the long game instead of sell my soul. Basically, bottom line, period. Put a stamp on it. Bam.
And how many people you see bet on themselves and they pay for their own tours. The people they bring along, they pay them,
Yeah,
trusting in
he
themselves.
right. He's paying them. He's paying them out of his
Out of pocket.
pocket because he's independent. He's paying for everything or everybody moving. You know how they going to get there, the hotels, how they everybody eating, or he might give them a stipend for food. However, he's doing it is coming out of his pocket, right? And then I don't know how they work that stipend thing for the food or whatever. I don't know if that's included, but then they get a salary too. So
Absolutely.
he's paying for that too. As he said, he's taking 46 comedians on tour with him, 46 of them. So he has reached back and brought people up with him that he feel that's been left behind by people that think they're nobodies, that he feel that tell better jokes than the people that actually are popular comedians. And that's
Right.
what's going on here.
That's a fact. Because once you become a household name, it's like you don't have to be funny anymore. You already got the clout.
Right.
You know, and he feel that he loves what he do. He loves the craft he's involved in, and he
Absolutely.
hate the people that dodge over obstacles to get far, and they didn't walk that walk. You know,
Absolutely. They didn't get it from the mud up
absolutely.
because it's a
You know,
difference. It's a difference.
and a true connoisseur of that game is gonna feel some kind of way. People
Right.
could call it hating, but that's not hating. I love my craft,
Right.
you know, and I feel you doing it a disjustice,
Absolutely.
you know.
Especially by stealing and lying and being underhanded. Just like allegedly Steve Harvey calling up the Ocean 11 and trying to get Bernie Mac part. Like, why are you doing that? But yet you said you didn't want to be an actor. Like he said that. He said Steve is saying that this is what Cat Williams said, that Steve said he didn't want to be an actor, but how can he say that when he called Ocean 11 and asked for Bernie's part? Right? So,
Well, that's just the grime, in Hollywood. It's grime everywhere, but
oh, of
Hollywood
course.
is a snakish place. Everybody trying to underhand everybody. You know,
Right, right.
but
Well,
that's
I
that's
understand that, but I think Cat was mainly coming from, wait a minute, we supposed to have like a circle of comedians, right? We supposed to be people together. We supposed to be together because that's what he thought in the beginning until he started seeing their true colors. When he started seeing their true colors, that's when I think he was recognizing, like, oh, okay, I see where these guys are coming from. You know what I'm saying? Like they up under a whole nother umbrella that I don't want to be a part of.
correct,
And I
correct.
just think, in my opinion, that they was hating on Cat because Cat is a good comedian. And
Well,
and not only he's a good comedian, he's a confident comedian.
right.
And
That's
that
the main
means a
point.
lot.
That's,
Confident. You got to be confident to be a comedian.
if you want any kind of following, you gotta make people believe you.
Right.
Only way they can believe you if you're confident in what you're saying.
Right.
You know. So we dropped some jewels on y'all today, and y'all was a great crowd. We had a good time with y'all. But we're about to sign out. But before we sign out, what you say to him, Sugar?
Well, before we go, I had a couple of quick things I wanted to touch on related to this topic before we
Talk to him.
go.
Talk to him.
I don't know, in the past couple of days, I don't know if anyone have saw Ricky Smiley go live and cry And basically
I
been
heard about
crying.
that. I have yet to see that.
He been crying, and he get on there and cry, and then he says it's not a he said it's not about what's going on with the Cat Williams. But then he turns it in because he tries to change the narrative and say he's crying about his son who passed away. God bless his soul, last year, I think it was, or maybe 2 years. Time go by so fast. But I know it was maybe last year, 2 years ago, his son passed away. But I just thought it was just real a coincidence that
Mm-hmm.
you would come on here right now and start crying about your son when this thing is going down with Cat, exposing you. Also, the rumors that were out some years ago, allegedly about him being, you know,
Doing all the girl roles.
being zesty, are
Oh,
resurfacing on the
I thought you were
internet.
talking about doing all the girl roles.
No, that's resurfacing, but about him being zesty is resurfacing too. So I don't know if that had to do with him coming up. Second thing is I want to talk about Bernie Mac's daughter, who also gave a big up to Cat Williams and
Absolutely, we did.
said she had the utmost respect for him, for speaking on her dad in that capacity. And she said she felt like he was genuine. And she was hoping one day that she would be able to meet him. And I would hope that could happen one day. And
And
that's what I have
oh,
to
let
say.
me let me just add on to that. If y'all wanna show y'all love to Bernie Mac daughter, her name is Janice McCullough.
Hmm.
Pretty young lady, 45 years old, pretty young lady.
And
You
very
know,
classy young
very,
lady.
very. She's not trashy. She got classy. You know.
Hmm. Because it is a difference.
Tell them about it. Tell them
It is a
about
difference.
it. You know.
Let me put a lesson down on here.
Now, y'all follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Subscribe, comment, share our page. Catch us next time when the topic may be.
We just don't know whatever's trending.
Okay, we gonna be light today. Okay, till next time.
Anything can happen in 24 hours, so I can't
That's
call it.
absolutely. It's your boy Ski.
And I'm Sugar.
Till next time.
Peace.
That was